Okay, so Jogo's out. I'm not gonna lie, this guy looks fucking insane. We're gonna go over his kill. We're gonna do showcases. We're gonna be able to do 62, 68, I think, 76, and 80. So we're gonna do those 4 floors. We're gonna do sweep. Check out the timestamps. But I definitely think I'm gonna recommend you guys to check out the kit before anything. Let's go into it. We're gonna start with the daily single. Do the multi. Hopefully we get him early. If we don't, is what it is. But let's hope for the best, of course. So, alright. And yeah, he's red. So Jogo's red. I'm not gonna lie, he looks like an insane DPS. I am very happy he is insane. I was not really doubting it, but I'm just happy to get the confirmation that he's insane. The rec bit also, by the way, that rec bit's crazy. Okay. Come. Oh my god. 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 Please. 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 Rec bit? Imagine. I might have to suffer. If I get Jogo here, I'm not summoning more. I might do like 10, or I don't know. No, 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 please. Please give me him. Please, please give me him. Guys, I'm a tweak. Fuck. Oh my god. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Oh my god. I got so hyped. Anyway, also, what was I gonna say? The SP update seems to be on Sunday, so it's not going to be today, unfortunately. It's not today, so that's a bit unfortunate. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why, because they said it would be after the update, which I mean people assumed after maintenance, but it was there. It's just part of it isn't, right? Rec bit. The new rec bit is really good. It's a bit weird because it's Yuji, right? It's a Yuji Nobara Megumi Gojo rec bit, so I'm like a bit confused by it, but it is what it is. Can we get Jogo? I mean, can we get Jogo? Oh boy, they're gonna make me. Just don't make me go to pity. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Please give me an SSR, Jogo. Okay, they are wringing me dry of my cubes. Lovely. Lovely, just a rec bit. Okay. Lovely. Oh, nice. Okay, that's good. That's good. Because it gives alt gauge. It gives alt gauge for 3 turns, and then this gives CE. Like, it's... If you put that with Unity, bro, you're getting so much alt gauge, it's not even funny. Please give me Jogo. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Man, I just don't want to have to go to pity again. I really don't, because I'll be at 0 pity points. That shit's gonna be ass. Like, hot ass, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, so let's go into this. Let's go back in. Hopefully we don't have to pity. I really don't want to pity him. I'm making this very clear. I really hope there's no pitying involved. If there is, then, well, is what it is, I guess. But I'd really rather not. Like, really rather not. Please. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. It's going to be a rec bit anyway, but I don't want to know. Jogo is definitely an interesting character. I want to talk about his kit very soon. Yeah, like I said, rec bit. Always. Always a rec bit. Never what I need. Never what I need. It's very interesting. I really hope we don't get a unit at the end of the month. I really hope we don't, right? Because that would be 3 units, which is a little yikes. Come on. Just fuck it. Scam. Actual scam. Actual scam. Holy, bro. Oh my god. 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 Alright, we're going for singles. Oh, I literally pressed the cubes, whatever. Okay, so we go for 8 singles and then yeah. Then we pity him, because why not? This is a bit rough. Right before anniversary, and maybe like fucking insane shit next month too. My luck went to complete dog shit. Like, it's not even funny. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, that just saved us. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit. Okay, thank god. Thank the lords. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, and now I could show you guys the new neat thing that they did. Like, very cool. So, let's go into this. Oh, do I even have enough beacons? We'll see. Um, I mean, I could get more, no problem. But, let's go into SP. Look at this. Look at this. It's so peak. It's so peak. You could just select all. Beautiful. Oh my god, that is so satisfying. What the fuck? Okay, nice. And just because, like, I think we're going to also do the stats here since they're available, because I'm not going to do another Jogo showcase, so we're going to get all the stats we can. I think that's fair. I do think that's fair. It's not a crazy amount of stats anyway, but it's a bit of extra stats. They're available, so we're... Oh my god. I swear, sometimes I, like, just a little press changes the trajectory of what you actually end up pressing. Very unfortunate. Okay, so let's max out. But yeah, it's very nice because now, especially for showcases, it doesn't take like 10 years to just SP buff them, right? It's nice. It is very nice. Okay. I think I'm going to have to get a bit of beacons though. I do think so. But it's fine. It's fine. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Max level. Oh, nice. Okay, we had just enough. Perfect. Okay. And then for the skills, I'm not wasting any crystals because we're about to get... You understand, guys. You understand. We're about to get some SP buffs. I want to make sure I can get as many SP buffs as possible. So we are not wasting a single crystal. We have 16. That could maybe give us a solid 4 SP buffs at least. 4 to 5. So I'd rather save it for the SP buffs if it is pretty rough. All right, there we go. So now let's go over the kit. Here's the art in all its beauty. Let me take off my camera. Let me wait for the missions to be over. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, the art is very nice. I'm just going to say it. Damn, they are going through some missions. Okay. Anyway, the art is there. Very nice. Very, very nice. Here's the art in its full glory. Very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. And now it's time for the kit. So let's go over this. We're going to get through this in 3 to 5 minutes, hopefully. Maybe more. Skill 1, 140% for 4 hits. If Ember Insects are summoned, an extra 100%. So 240% skill 1, not bad. Ignore Darkness, high crit chance. Decrease selected enemies' Jujutsu stat by 15%. And then eliminate 1 Ember Insect to fill own alt gauge by 50. Which is good. I mean, extra alt gauge on that skill 1, love to see it. Skill 2, 350%. 100 Jujutsu dot for 3 turns, so in total 650. And then you also get another 100% if Ember Insects are summoned. So it's a 750 skill 2. It's 20 CE, high chance to crit. And then also, now the crit chance, the one problem is that most of the damage also comes from dots, which can't crit, obviously, so it kind of sucks for that. Increases the selected enemy's Jujutsu damage received by 15% for 2 turns. Eliminate 1 Ember Insect to fill own alt gauge by 50. After performing the skill, increase own Jujutsu stat by, I think it's, let's go check that out, by, for me, I think it's 15%. 15% at max for 3 turns. Little buff, but it's still not bad. Now, skill 3, Eruption, 400% AoE, then 100% dot, for 3 turns, so 700% AoE, decrease all enemies damage dealt, and increase own damage dealt by 30%, which, I mean, these buffs could start stacking quite a bit, and you'll see why. And then ultimate maximum meteor, 1600 AoE, and then 1250 dots in total, so it's a 2800% AoE, which is crazy. It's crazy. The dot is very high, but already 1600 is insane. It is insane. It really is. Now then, also has a chance to stop enemies' actions, so you love to see it. Now, auto skill 1, grant CE recovery special 3 times. So when you're below 20 CE, you get 10 CE, and then you take one of these recoveries. So you get an extra 30 CE from here, and when you're below 40%, 30 CE and then 20% HP heal, which is huge also, by the way. This is insane. It really is insane. Because 60 extra CE and 20 HP, like, that's huge. Especially now that we have extra HP from the second SP, it's insane. Now, auto skill 2, summon 2 Ember Insects at the start of the battle, and you disappear whenever receiving damage equal to character's 50% of HP. So for me right now, it would be about 12k, but probably in battle it's going to be closer to 15, 16k. If there's only 1 Ember Insect and Jujutsu stat Ember Insect is not applied at the start of the turn, summon Ember Insects up to 2, and increase own Jujutsu stat Ember Insect by 14% for 4 turns. Now, what does this mean? Basically, every 4 turns you could reapply your insects. So you're going to get 2 good attacks that are going to use your insects, right? That's basically what I'm understanding. Oh, okay. So yeah, basically, if you use the skill 2, then it uses the Ember Insect. right? So you're only gonna have a couple turns with that extra damage, but it's fine. Now then, the skill 3, or auto skill 3. When performing a crit, 10% crit chance, 1 crit hit count, and when you're at 3 crit hit counts, grants an additional action state for 2 turns, decreases CE cost. I don't know by how much. I don't know by how much. It doesn't say. We're gonna see that in battle. And then decreases own damage dealt special by 40% for 2 turns, decreases own alt gauge special by 30% for 2 turns, and removes all crit hit counts. So you're going to do less damage, but you do more attacks. So sometimes you could use this, also it costs less CE, which is big. I think this is going to be some huge turns, for sure. For sure, right? Like, also because the dots are going to go afterwards, like, the dots are going to stay till after the damage damage reduction is there, right? So that's something to keep in mind also. So you do more attacks, and it's not 50% lower, so technically you are doing more damage. We'll have to see though. So we're gonna hop right into sweep and then go into other game modes afterwards. Okay, so let's start the showcase. Basically, I've recorded everything. So we've got sweep, floor 62, floor 68, floor 76, and floor 80. All beat with Jogo. And I just want to say Jogo's banner memory is one of the best ever. It's better than Unity, and it allows you to get Domain Gojo's memory, Domain Gojo's ult in 3 turns with like-minded sisters on Domain Gojo. It's actually crazy because in total, right, it gives a 75% boost because it's 25 times 3, where Unity gives 35 times 2, which is 70%. So that little boost gives Domain Gojo enough to get his ult with just that memory. So we're in sweep, and essentially, it's really not that complicated. We just go for the big damage. Now, I'm not going to lie. I would definitely say Jogo is pretty easily a tier 0.5 DPS. Which does make it that he's not really needed. Just gonna make that very clear. Because he's tier 0.5, he's not needed. Is he good? Yes, he's actually a very good unit. That doesn't mean he's necessarily needed. So just gonna make sure that's kind of clear for everyone. Okay, I just had to reposition the screen. Okay, we're good. You now could see the full screen. So yeah, I decided to go with Megumi because if you see here, right, Jogo's memory gives him Jujutsu. So in this way, he has the stat debuff, stat buff, and the damage increase. Those are the 3 multipliers in this game. So basically for the second phase, we're able to do the most amount of damage. Now the biggest problem is basically with him, it could either go really good if you don't get too many crits, or really bad if you get too many crits and the alt turn is in the 2-turn action. Because when you have the 2-time action phase, your damage is lowered too much, right? When the memory I'm trying to use, you don't want to be in the alt, because that is the one where you don't want the memory to be lowered, right, alongside the alt. So it's better for the alt to be done without the 2 times action phase, or 2 times action turn. But if it is, it's not the end of the world. It's just, it will obviously do less damage in the long run. So I really just think that there is a good amount of RNG involved into Jogo. But I do think he's actually pretty good. And if he's like dupe 1 versus like a dupe 1 Red Nobara, I do think Jogo's better probably. Yeah, I do think he's probably the best red DPS now. It's just not by enough for it to warrant you using him, in my opinion. Like, or summoning, right? Like, he's great. I think he's actually really well done. I think they could have probably not have the damage lower, or the damage lower could have been like, I don't know, 20%. If it was 20%, I think Jogo could have maybe been... if it was between 0% to 20% damage lower for him, if he would have been tier 0. I think so, yeah. So we have his ult, and that's good, right? That's very good. We want to have it for that second phase. Now, we use the skill 3 because it gives a big damage amount, and next phase, I want to use Nanami's ult. So that's basically the best way to kind of explain it. Nanami should probably kill. There we go. So as long as Nanami gets it, we're good. So now we do a combo ult with Kaido Nanami, and then we do a combo ult with Megumi and Jogo. So Megumi DPS does help quite a bit. I like Megumi as a DPS personally. I really do like it. And Nanami really doesn't have many restrictions, so it's nice. It's very nice. Red, it feels good. And unfortunately, we did get into the 2 action phase with Jogo, which in my opinion does suck, but it is what it is. You know, not going to complain about it now. We should still do good damage, especially because Kaido's giving the Jujutsu stat. We have our three multipliers here in business, and I definitely think that this would, like, it's better to run Megumi in the beginning. Afterwards, Yaga's going to come in. That's going to be good, but for now, I think it's better to run Megumi in the beginning, especially for Jogo. It helps him a lot because that was a 100% stat debuff, which is much better than any stat buff could have given in this scenario. So we do 5.8. Now our damage was lower than this, so keep that in mind. That 5.8 could have been closer maybe to 8 million. So I would definitely say 6 million done with Jogo and this first ult is not bad. Also consider there is burns. I don't think the burn damage is that high, especially because we don't have many we don't have much stat buffs, right, with Yaga. Yaga's not here, so no stat buffs really. So the burns shouldn't be that high, but still not bad. Yeah, like look at that damage, not even 200k. It's pathetic. It is, it really is. The dot damage is pathetic in that case. So now we just continue, not really much more to do. We should kill this turn. So we finished the second phase in 2 turns. It's pretty nice. Yeah, I would definitely say that the red team, even without Domain Gojo now, is definitely evolving quite well. Once we get a stat buffer, oh boy, the red team is definitely complete. I think a red SSR stat buffer could benefit Jogo way more than Nobara. I do think so. Especially because of his burns, it's very good that you have a very consistent amount of stat buffs. So if we have someone that has like insane CE management, like Shoko, like Teen Shoko, not Yellow Shoko, Teen Shoko, I think Jogo is going to be creeping very high in the tier 0.5 tier. So we use the attack immunity on on Megumi, because of the attack immunity. It's going to make sure that we don't get the ult lower, but unfortunately he gets confused. So it's pushed off a turn, which in my opinion kind of sucks. It should have been that turn, but I digress. We do 500k there. It's really not that crazy, but you know, later on I'm just going to say Jogo does get a pretty good nuke in, all things considered, so I'm not mad really. And we got his little flies. The flies are usually the main way that I've seen, because obviously, spoiler, I've been recording for the past like 2 hours. Jogo's like, with his flies is the best way for you to crit. So yeah, we don't want to use the rec bit because we're going to have our ult lowered anyway. So why not wait, right? Why not wait? And I think we get another confusion. I'm not sure, actually. I don't know. So do we? I really don't know because I'm pretty sure Megumi gets hit with it also. And yeah, that memory we're running is really good on him. So basically, the memory on Jogo gives up to 75% Jujutsu 1 turn 1 time. But the big thing is that every time you crit with Jogo, which remember, he has high crit. Every time you crit with Jogo, you get 200 ult gauge. It's like Like-Minded Sisters. Very good. So Jogo's best memory is that one. Also because when he uses it, it gives him 15 cursed energy because he's a curse, right? So I would definitely say that memory, absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. It feels very much like that memory was made for Jogo. Like, I guess you could make the argument for Choso, but I just don't feel it, right? Like, I really feel like for Jogo it's way better because he has such a high ult gauge compared to Choso. Also, Choso's skill 3 is good enough, right? The ult, you get it pretty quick, and everything with Choso compared to Jogo. So it's like, it does feel like it was very much made for Jogo. The only problem is I don't have it maxed out, right? So the stats and damage we're doing is held back a bit because I'm missing the 5% because it's dupe 1 and not dupe 3. And I'm also missing just the base stats, which is another thing. Now we have Yaga. So we have our consistent units all doing stuff, not like any spurts like Domain Gojo. It's very much 3 units that are able to keep up their buffs or debuffs respectively. And this is going to allow Jogo to do some good stuff on his ult. So now his damage is definitely going to start ramping up a bit. And afterwards, we're going to use Megumi with Jogo ult together. Obviously, you want to use those two together because Megumi is also getting the extra damage from Pride. So that combo damage, whatever, it's like 200% extra, is much more worth it with Megumi. And then afterwards, Nanami, I think, should solo ult next turn. So that's basically the logic behind it. And thank God we got hit because I think that basically guarantees that we get our ult. Jogo gets low, but I think this is when we heal. Yeah, look at that. The heal is very clutch. It's been clutch before in tower. Well, the ones you're going to see very soon. And then afterwards, we go for this. Bop, bop, bop. Next turn, yeah. I think next turn we ult with Nanami. And then afterwards, we pretty much almost kill with Megumi and Jogo. We do a lot of damage in these coming turns. So it's definitely nice. Definitely nice. So now we ult with Nanami. And this damage, 1.2 is not bad, right? 1.2 is not bad, especially because it's like we're doing this twice. So we do about like 2.5 million damage this turn, upwards of about 3 million if we count the burn. How much? How much burn? So he's at 12.7. The burn does only 100k, so we did 2.6 mil. Yeah, the burn really isn't that crazy. I really thought it was going to be higher. I don't know what it is. I guess you really need that Sukuna thing to like make every burn do more damage for it to be crazy, but I digress. So next turn is when we're going to go crazy with Jogo and Megumi. Unfortunately, the problem is I think we're going to crit, which is going to be a bit yikes, but I think it's going to be fine this way. It's just that we're going to get to 3 stacks, and that's not something we want, because once we get 3 stacks, then the ult's going to be doing less damage, but it's fine. I would definitely say it does ruin runs, but we still got the 10 out of 10, right? So there is that, but still, it sucks that we crit, right? Still 2 mil there, 2.6, like that is good damage. That is definitely good damage. The burn only 100k. It's rough. It is really rough damage. I just don't like how much it does. It's just sad that we have to do 2 actions now because it lowers the ult damage. The ult probably here would have done 20 mil if the damage wasn't lowered, which is crazy to say. Like 20 mil is quite high, right? Considering he's dupe 0. Dupe 0, by the way. So 10 mil on Megumi. And then with Jogo, keep in mind, is of course he would have done more if we didn't get that fucking crit. But it is what it is, right? We still do good 15 mil. 14.5, and then we have another action afterwards, so keep that in mind. So now we have another action anyway. So we do this combo. 3 mil. And then afterwards we do another action with Jogo. So we did like, what, 15 mil? Then he did about like 18 mil. Yeah, pretty much 18 million there. And then afterwards, burn, I don't even know. I didn't even see it. But yeah, then we finish here. So, you know, we did pretty good. We did end up doing pretty good. We'll just skip to that. And yeah. So I just make it so that Jogo gets the final hit. Just cause, right? There we go. Jogo does. I really like his animations, by the way. His animations are really nice. And he did 2 mil there. Best start in the game, probably best animations overall. So he does 40 million, Megumi does 20. Very good for Jogo considering of what he's running. You see there, this is a dupe 1 rec bit, not dupe 5, and then he's dupe 0. So him dupe 1 probably would have been closer to 50 mil, especially maxed out completely with that rec bit, probably would have been closer to 50 mil, especially if we didn't get that crit. We would have been able to finish that turn probably, because if we got that crit, and then afterwards we got the extra stack, which put us into the 2-turn action phase, which or 2 action phase, right? It sucks when it's for the ult specifically. Okay, so this is 62. This one's also going to be pretty simple. I think I'm just going to let this one play out. After a couple minutes, I'm just going to let this one play. But essentially, this one should be pretty good, especially because it's AoE. It is a floor that Jogo can shine in. The only problem is at the end, I forgot to put Teen Nanami. So yeah, it's not going to be Teen Nanami there, which is a bit embarrassing. I'm not going to lie. Should have put him, but I ended up putting Kaido because I basically just like reworked the sweep team. So yeah, I completely forgot about it. Now, what's great is that with the rec bit that I think is on Megumi, is it on Megumi? Yeah, that one basically, like I said, makes it so that if you get 3 crits with Gojo, you get his ult in 3 turns without having to need anything else. No Inumaki, no second ult gauge rec bit. You just get 3 crits in a row, and then afterwards you're going to be able to ult when he has 6 turns left, which is perfect because this guarantees with only 1 ult gauge rec bit that you're able to get 2 ults with Domain Gojo. You could guarantee 2 ults with Domain Gojo with that 1 rec bit at dupe 3. So that rec bit is genuinely insane, right? It's brought insane value to the table. They very clearly made it for Domain Gojo, especially because that rec bit is on Jogo's banner. Jogo's red. Who does Jogo work with? Domain Gojo. It just makes sense, right? It really does. So very nice that you just get 3 crits and you're guaranteed it. I do think they did a pretty good job with that rec bit, even if it's not for Jogo, which I think it should have been. At least it's pretty much one of the best rec bits in the game. Better than Unity, which is crazy to say. So we get our 3rd crit. And now we could ult on turn 4. So pretty nice, right? Pretty nice. And our Jogo almost has his ult because of his rec bit giving him 200 ult gauge every time he crits. So it's pretty nice. And yeah, we're ready to ult with Domain Gojo, and then afterwards Megumi and Jogo will get a nice little combo in. So yeah, damage-wise, we're looking pretty good. And yeah, so afterwards we should probably go for just the skill 1 here, because we don't have enough CE really to go around, if we're being real. Only 35. I think our CE was lowered. So here we should probably use the skill 2 with Megumi. I don't know what I'm doing. So there we go. We use skill 2. And then afterwards with Jogo, we're going to be good to go. And then we're going to start doing damage in the following turns. So yeah, you're just going to see the big amount of damage that we do. And then afterwards, I might just dip after that. We'll see. So here, Jogo's damage, I would say probably work. I mean, I would definitely say it does feel a lot nicer when it's on AoE floors, because obviously he's an AoE ult unit. It's 1600% ult, which is good. I probably would have rathered 1800, but it's like his ult damage is still nice. I just think I would have rathered a little bit more in my opinion, but I digress. So now it's nice. We get to actually utilize that skill 3 in some cases, but the problem is that we don't have enough CE to go around. At least Megumi, like, look, bro. I mean, especially since he gets his ult, like, even his damage is not bad. I mean, I do think he is pretty nice, and Domain Gojo obviously going crazy with his damage, 3 million. I mean, Domain Gojo really is that guy. He really is. I'm really starting to consider for the tier list that everyone is considered at least dupe 1. Like, maybe, like, new units are dupe 1. Just because, like, of how the DPS works. Like, they do work dupe 0, but I think that most units, if you're summoning for a unit, especially free to play even, like, you're going to want that dupe 1. And then for those spenders, you have the daily pull available. And then also, you have the free pull available from the pass. So getting that A1 now is much more doable than it was, right? So I'm really considering it, like heavily considering it. Just like counting everyone dupe 1, and then unfeatured units or standard units, you could say, like in the standard pool, like dupe 2 or dupe 3, I guess. Because, like, most people should be able to get that 4.6 from Domain Gojo. I mean, Megumi obviously helping that damage out tremendously. But we did good, right? We're doing good damage. We are basically going to kill next turn, right? Which is crazy to say. But 1 mil from that skill 1, by the way. That was a skill 1. And 600k dot damage. Very nice. But because of Megumi and Jogo ulting together, it's going to be a lot of damage. It will be a lot of damage. So keep that in mind. So we ult, and then afterwards we have a skill 2 that we could use. So very good. Perfect. Megumi himself almost is probably going to kill, I think. 6.4, very good damage. Jogo should finish it off. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he finishes it off. Does he? I think. I mean, we have to see how much that combo damage does. But maybe Domain Gojo does. I'm not sure. It's either Domain Gojo finishes it off or this combo does. Yeah, okay, nice. And then Domain Gojo is going to attack the minion. So, you know, we basically won by this point. The only problem is I did not bring Nanami in. So, yeah. You're just going to see us chip him down. Like, it's literally 5 minutes of us chipping him down. So Domain Gojo, right, like we just chip him down. If you guys really want to see this stuff in the future, let me know down below, but I don't think anyone wants to see it. It's literally just us chipping this boy down until we kill, because I brought Kaido instead of T Nanami. So there we go. And then we see Jogo did 40 million, which I would say once again is very respectable numbers considering he's dupe 0, and also because the rec bit is only dupe 1 and not maxed out. So I'm pretty happy with that for sure. Okay, so now we're on floor 68, and this floor was honestly pretty easy. All you needed, basically the only win condition is having that rec bit at dupe 3 and letting Gojo get his crit every single time and doing 2 ults. If you do 2 ults, you're fine. So yeah, you get the crits, and then that's literally all it's going to take. So honestly, really, this was a casual run. After Gojo left, you got Nanami. No, sorry. Who comes in? Megumi. He's basically there just to do some damage. But, you know, sometimes I swap in with Yuta, like on floor 76 and 80. I bring Yuta in. But, yeah, no. You get the crits, and look at that. Like, he gets a perfect, I think, what, 525 per attack. And he's at like 15, like 48 alt gauge, something like that. I forgot what the exact number is. But the team really doesn't change, right? Like, I don't think we change the team at all. I genuinely think this stays the same for every single floor we do, which is kind of funny. But this team really does work well. Like, really well. And then Gojo gets his ult on turn 3, and then he uses it on turn 4. It's pretty nice, right? It is pretty nice. So now we can start building up our buffs even more. I think we use the heal with Yaga, maybe? Probably. I think. It's just... Oh, no, wait. I don't know. I think I was calculating it. Anyway, we go for the buff. Nah, I guess I didn't use it. I guess I knew. Then we buff again. Then Dwayne Gojo ults. And then Jogo's going to be getting ready to go and get in business. But it works very well. I would definitely say what I would have liked for Jogo, especially because some of his damage is hidden behind burns. Maybe if he had break damage, it would have worked pretty well. I just want to like DPS that does break damage. It would, for red, it would be pretty good. I'm pretty sure Toji does it. Yeah, Toji has it. I don't know if red usually has it, but I mean for red Jujutsu, I would really like that, especially in combination with Teen Nanami. I would have liked if Jogo had a bit more utility, because as a DPS, he's pretty strong. The only thing is he's not that much stronger than some of the older units, so it's like, when you keep that in mind, it's like, right? Like, he's not that much, like, he is better, I'd say, than every other red DPS, but it's not by that much, which is one thing that we have to keep in mind. But he's definitely tier 0.5, just not tier 0. I wish he was tier 0. I really, really do, but unfortunately, that isn't the case. I wish it was. I genuinely wish it was, man. He deserved tier 0, but I definitely say he's pretty good. Considering he ends up losing his battle, I would say they did him pretty well, right? Like, I would say that for how much hype they put into him, maybe he was a bit worse than he should have been, but he's not bad. I don't think he's bad. No, he's not bad. He's definitely the best red DPS right now, because that ult's pretty strong. I just don't know how he's going to be in sweep. Like, I genuinely just think you're going to run Toji over him in sweep. Easily. Toji's definitely way better, I'd say, for sweep. Especially because of the alt gauge. In the future, I need to see Sweep 2. Unfortunately, we don't have Sweep 2 right now. It's going to be on Sunday. But yeah, we'll see. It's nice, though. Friday, we got Jogo. Sunday, we got SP2 and Sweep 2. Or Hard Sweep. And then afterwards, Tuesday, we have the stream. And then end of month, we should get another unit, which is a couple days after that, like a week after. So it's like back to back to back to back to back. It's pretty crazy to think about. The updates are definitely starting to roll in. Also, we have a new game mode coming out, the Domain Investigation event. So it's like a lot of content incoming. I'm very hyped. So I think Jogo breaks it. Oh no, I guess they combo ulted. Never mind. They did combo ult. Like, the damage is going down pretty quick, which is nice. So I think, is Domain Gojo going to get rid of that? Yeah, Domain Gojo gets rid of that. That's huge. So he gets it, and that gives him even more alt gauge, right? Look at that, already at 740 without the rec bit, right? Keep that in mind. Without the rec bit. That's usually how it ends up working well. 1 million from Jogo, though, is pretty good. But we do really want that alt from Domain Gojo again. It really does facilitate and allow you to do more. It just does. It really makes it so that having those extra turns of stun and lowering the alt gauge once again is perfect. Because we went from stun with Domain Gojo to breaking to stunning again with Domain Gojo. Like, you're not taking any damage. It really is good. And Domain Gojo himself is still doing good damage, right? So, you know, you love to see it. And then one more turn, and then after we have our alt with the boy. So, yeah, it is quite nice. Quite nice. Okay. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Because we're gonna save the break for when he's actually outside of it, just to make sure, right? And also we're gonna make sure Domain Gojo gets his ult. Bop, bop, bop. Thank God we got the crit, or else I would have had to restart. Because if you don't get that second ult, it does become a bit risky. So it's very good that we did get it. Because, like, he's only half HP right now. Maybe a bit lower than half. But it's like, you want to make sure that Gojo gets it, because or else he could get his ult, and that ult is very, very easily able to kill the whole team. So that is the problem, that you just want to make sure that cannot happen. Which, with the Gojo ult, it lowers his ult gauge even more, which means that's another 6 turns until he could get his ult. But then guess what? We're going to be able to break him again, right? And another 6 turns, we're definitely, I think, we break him again. So it's like, it works very well. Because he's not going to build up his ult gauge for a bit, and then afterwards he has to build all the turns up, so it works very nice. Like, getting that double ult. Jogo's banner is very high value in general, because, like, he's good, and then also that banner memory is very good. Like, that banner memory might be the best, like, utility memory in the game now. In terms of ult gauge, it's the best, right? And Gojo's still pumping out good damage. You love to see it. And we're close to getting the combo ult with Nanami and Jogo once again. If we got a crit, that would have been nice. But if we get a crit, the one problem is with a crit is it's going to make it so that the ult is not in the normal form and it's in the 2-action turn, which would then lower the ult damage but let you get another action in. But usually if you're trying to use the rec bit, especially the one I'm running, is better if you're only doing it in without the 2-turn phase or 2-action phase. I don't know what to call it, right? I don't know what to call it, but you guys get what I mean. Nanami doing pretty solid damage there from the damage buffer himself. And I think we get the crit, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, but I think the fly is? Okay, no, nice. That's actually really big. That is like really big. Because now we get to ult with Nanami, go for the combo ult. Love to see it. And then yeah. So that was definitely huge. Very unfortunate that Yaga couldn't buff us there, but at least we do 2 mil there. We get rid of a good amount of the break bar, and then Jogo should also do the same. I love the animation is genuinely A1. The animation is genuinely A1. We're gonna replay that with without my face, so you'll see that and in all its glory, because I think the animation is really good. And we do 4.4 million, which is pretty good. Not amazing, but it's good enough. Definitely going to take it. Definitely going to take it. Like Jogo's animations are probably the best in the game, and he has the best artwork in the game. Like, they put a lot of effort into making them. It's kind of crazy to think about. So now Megumi's just there kind of to act as a bit of a support, but he's not going to be doing too much. Because his debuffs are nerfed, so keep that in mind. But he's still going to be pretty good, for sure. Like, even just a bit of chip damage, like 300k, like, it's that little extra thing that you need, right? That's basically how I see him. And we're close to breaking. Like I said, we go from ult, stun, to break, to ult, stun, to break again. This guy barely gets any turns, and I love it. I love it so much. Like, that rec bit genuinely just changes everything. It makes it a lot better. It really does. Especially because it's 3 turns, right? It feels very nice. Gives you more turns to play around with, especially with combo ults, getting that extra ult gauge percent, and then also with breaking the enemy, getting that extra ult gauge percent. You have that extra turn that, like, you kind of get to play around with, just in case there's some variables that come into play. Maybe you just don't crit, and then afterwards you don't break that turn, or you break a turn later because you have darkness applied and your attack doesn't go through, stuff like that. I do like that it's 3 turns. I think next turn we should break with Megumi. Either Megumi or, I don't know, fucking anyone, really. His ult is 1000%, so it's pretty high, not super high, but still. But yeah, we're definitely breaking next turn. We did good damage there, about 1.5, almost 2 mil. Oh, right, I forgot that happened, but I think he, like, nah. That's crazy timing, by the way. And if that ult hit, by the way, if that ult hit, we would have probably been fucked. I'm just saying. So let's just say we got very lucky. Like, he fucked us over by lowering our ult gauge, which would have broken him, by the way. And then afterwards, we fuck him over because we confuse him. Megumi is so goated for that, by the way, because if we didn't confuse him there, we might have lost. Right? I would have been so pissed if that happened. So I'm so happy it happened that we got lucky. And then we break. So yeah, fuck you, man. That guy was really trying to fuck with me, though. Like, if that went through, I would have been so pissed. Because that ult could literally do like 40k, bro. It's not even funny. It does way too much damage. Genuinely. And I think we kill this turn. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe in the next couple turns. I do think Megumi's ult is okay, but after seeing Jogo's, I'm like, wow, Jogo's really is top tier. Like, they put a lot of effort into Jogo's animations. I'm pretty sure it's from the EX battle, his skill animations, but that ult animation itself is also just really beautiful. Like, it really is. The burn damage is so ass, though, usually, man. It's crazy. I wish it was better. Like, if his dot damage was better, he'd be so good. Like, I don't know. We need a unit that, like, buffs dot damage or something. Like, extends dot turns by, like, 3 and, like, increases dot damage by, like, 500%. Bro, like, genuinely, we need a dot unit. I'm not even kidding. We should just kill next turn or this turn. I don't even know. I love that skill in particular. I do think it looks very good, the skill 3. And I think we kill next turn, so let's just fast forward. We go for the ult on Nanami. And then afterwards, we go for the ult on Jogo, which once again looks incredible. Bop. There we go. And then 6 mil total there. So Jogo did a bit less there, mainly because the enemy had less, but still he did a good amount, right? He did more than Nanami and Domain Gojo combined. I think more than the whole team combined besides him. So to me, that's definitely pretty good in my opinion. Now this one was a bit easier. I'm not gonna lie, this one was probably as easy as 62. 68 and 80 were the hardest for sure. There was definitely a bit more RNG involved, but in this there was barely any RNG. I'm not gonna lie. Just get the crit and then you basically win. That is the win condition if I'm being real. So you do love to see it overall. So let's see. Let us see how this one is gonna go. And yeah, I mean, look, Jogo has almost a 2000 alt gauge, which is crazy. I do think for it being that high, there probably should have been more on the alt. Like, I don't know, maybe put like 100% debuff on the alt. But like, I guess Choso set a bit too high of a standard for standard units. But still, I like if you're gonna make Jogo's alt that high, give him a little more. Like, the damage is good enough. It's just not crazy. So for me personally, I would have rathered a little more. However, bro, they still, like, it does feel very good to use this guy. He feels fun besides when he fucks you over with getting too many crits and then putting you into the 2 action turns. Sometimes could be a bit annoying. It's crazy how easy it is to get Domain Gojo's ult now. That rec bit genuinely makes it so much easier. It's not even funny, bro. Like, they cooked very hard with it. So props to them for making it. I'm happy they did that. So we're almost about to get Jogo's ult. The damage reduction should wear off next turn. So turn 6 is when we're able to start doing damage, which is AW for sure. And yeah, here we go. Damage is going to start rolling in, and then afterwards Yuta is going to come in. So this team is a bit different where Yuta's in the back line instead of Megumi. That's the only difference, right? The only difference. Yuta's better here to make sure we get healed because this guy does survive a bit longer. That extra damage from Yuta does help a bit more with the heals. Keep in mind though, Jogo's biggest issue is he cannot be healed by Yuta. However, he has his own heal. So when Jogo is dupe 1, I really hope I could get that guy dupe 1 because if I can, Jogo is going to be tremendous. So hopefully in my daily singles I get him dupe 1. I really hope so. No matter what end of month is, I think I'm just going to keep doing, unless it's like Choso level. Unless it's Choso level, I'm going to keep doing it with, I was calculating the HP to see if I could heal, but I couldn't. Unless it's like Choso level, I'm probably going to continue doing my free daily single on Jogo. Because I just want to try getting a free dupe with the daily singles since I could do 2. Like, there's definitely a chance. I've gotten almost every last unit on daily singles, right? So it would be very nice to get that. Please, thumbs up. I deserve it. I do deserve it. Next turn should be when we ult. Unfortunately, we got to 3 crits, which then means, once again, you know how it is, guys. Our damage is lowered by 40%, but we get the extra action. But because of the rec bit only being 1 time, it doesn't help. It doesn't help much at all. So yeah, is what it is, though. Is what it is. Our damage is still good. We still win, yada, yada, yada. So Good 4 mil from Nanami. Honestly, pretty good damage, especially considering the buff it's giving. And then afterwards, Jogo goes crazy. I don't know how much he does, but should be good. Let's see. It's annoying that it shakes. It really is annoying that it shakes. I think that was 4.3 because I couldn't really see because motherfucker was shaking the whole screen. Damage wasn't too crazy from Jogo, but I do think the damage lower affected him pretty badly there. Like, it would have been a decent bit higher, I'd say. But at least Jogo has the extra attack here. So there is that, at least. Which is an extra million damage. So Jogo did about 5.5 million damage that turn. Not bad. Not amazing, but this enemy in particular, like, it really doesn't matter because they don't really have much HP if I'm being real. Like, it goes down so quick, this HP. And I mean, yeah, these 2 action turns. I do like the 2 action turns when it's just the skills, but because of the rec bit I'm using, it just doesn't feel that good. It doesn't. When you're doing an alt and it's the 2 action and then your damage is lowered because of it, it's ass. It really is ass. And Domain Gojo, of course, doing his crazy damage. And we get the ult. Bada bing, bada boom. We're going to wait till the last turn to use that ult. Main reason, just so the stun lasts longer. Because he's still in break, so we want to make it so that he's immobile for as many turns as possible. Because this guy could do good damage. This guy with that poison, bro, that poison is like 3,000 per turn. It's a lot. It is a lot of damage. So we're chilling right now. And yeah, we have 1 turn of doing some good damage with his skill 3. And then afterwards, we're going to go into his ult. And then we're going to be able to kill this guy when Yuta comes in. I think Yuta ults, and then afterwards we get the win. So Nanami Jogo combo, and then afterwards Yuta ult, and then we win. Or vice versa. I forgot the order. But, you know, Jogo's damage is quite good. 1 million, 1.2 mil. Like, every turn almost, it's good because he gets an extra 60 cursed energy in total from his full kit, which is quite a lot. 60 CE is a lot, especially considering that there's a lot of turns where you're not doing anything, right? And also because of the ult giving, or the rec bit giving 15 CE on the ult, this guy has a hard time running out of CE, which I think is just very good. It's nice, right? It is nice. And we do it once again. How much? So we do about like 1 mil this turn. 1.1 again. Okay, nice. Burn damage about 200k. Not crazy, but at least it's some chip damage. And then Domain Gojo is going bye-bye this turn. But our boys almost have their ults again, being Jogo and Nanami. So we're good. We're in business for sure. Turn 11, though, we're doing pretty good. I really wish I could get this guy dupe 1, guys. Like, it would be crazy how quick you'd be able to get some shit done. Sweep would feel beautiful. I worry for him in Sweep 2. I just don't think he's going to be that good in Sweep 2. Like, with him barely clearing Sweep, like, in good times. Eesh, I need that dupe 1 to see for Sweep 2. I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. So when Yuta ults, I think we're just gonna, it's over at that point. Unfortunately, I think we get the crit. Like, every time I don't want the crit, I get it. Every time I want the crit, I don't get it. Very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. So, I mean, here we go. We got some big stuff coming up. Thank God we were able to get enough CE for that skill 2 afterwards. Nanami should do some okay damage. Good, I don't know, 2.5 mil there. Not bad. And then Jogo does how much? $3.6, not bad. Like, we do good damage with them, for sure, for sure. And then the combo, so here we go. In total, 7 mil there is not bad. Good damage, good damage. Yuta, when he ults, basically it's GG's after that. I think we get the ult now if we heal with Yuta. We just have to take some damage for Yuta to be able to heal. Probably Yaga. Probably going to end up being Yaga, or not at all. Okay. So this turn, we basically are going to be able to get Yuta's ult. And nice, Jogo's able to get another 2 attacks in. That's beautiful. Yuta should finish it off. I don't even know if I finish it off with Yuta. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Pretty sure I don't use it. Because we're so close. Yeah. Okay. So then afterwards we ended off a bit. Let's just skip a bit. So he's at 1 mil. Pretty much I think we killed this turn. Yeah, we definitely killed this turn. Yeah, for sure. 1 mil. I think Yaga almost kills him here. Like, yeah, Yaga does 500k about. So yeah, Yuta I think kills. If not, it's Jogo. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Damn, Jogo gets it. Had to let Jogo get the last hit in. And there we go. Turn 15, Thor 76 clear. Not super quick. But it's good. It's good. It's good. Jogo did 22 mil. Combination of both Nanami and Domain Gojo's damage and Yuta's damage. So I would definitely say Jogo did pretty good here as our main DPS. And finally on the last one, so a pretty good around 50-minute showcase for Jogo. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Definitely like the video if so. So now it's Jogo on Jogo action. Never thought I'd see the day, but here we are. And yeah, I would definitely, bro, like looking at Jogo's A0 stats, like holy, I think he has really high stats because I'm pretty sure he has higher stats than Blue Jogo, which is nice. So in the back lines is Yuta, and Yuta, we do need to clear this. He makes it a good amount easier. Now, is it impossible without him? No, it's just that it becomes a lot easier when Yuta's doing about like 6 to 8 million of the damage that would have taken a bit longer for you to do without him. So yeah, once again, Gojo is able to get his ult on turn 3, or well, get the full ult gauge on turn 3 and ult on turn 4. So we're looking good. And of course, because of 3 enemies, it's much easier to get the full ultimate here. Now, what's great is Jogo is AoE. So unlike Red Nobara, usually my Red Nobara doesn't kill the minions right away. Jogo does. Right, Jogo's ult it perfectly clears the minions, so it's very nice how his AoE. I think we won't feel it too much right now, but what if there's 2 enemies in the future that both have big HP pools? Right, Red Nobara won't be as good, so I definitely think right now the biggest thing is it's mainly single target. But what happens when there's 2 enemies that have like 50 million HP? Jogo will be better because of his AoE ult and because of his AoE skill 3, without a doubt. Right, it's not even a question of if, it's a question of like just fact that if it's 2 AoEs, two enemies with big HP pools, unlike this, right, it's gonna be a scenario where Jogo is better than Nobara. Because Nobara does less damage on the side enemies, right? Because there's less nails, obviously, but Jogo does equal damage. So I definitely think Jogo is the best red DPS for sure. But not by much right now. However, if it's AoE, then Jogo definitely takes the cake without a doubt. Without a doubt. So you love to see it. But for right now, no need for much AoE because the side flies, those flies really don't do much damage, so you only need to skill 2, which I do. So here we go. Next turn, we're able to ult, go for that combo ult, and we'll be looking very good. So here we go. We got Nanami and Jogo's ult. We're going to be able to kill the little flies. They should be gone until the end. I think they come back at some point, but not for long anyway. So it doesn't really matter. And we're going to be able to get Domain Gojo's ult again, which is, of course, beautiful. Nanami, I think, does a decent amount of damage. Like, he does about 4 mil on his ult. I think that's pretty consistent, as we've seen. Even on 76, he did about 4 million on his ult. So yeah, we're looking pretty good. And then Jogo, I can't even see the damage. I can't, bro, shaking the screen so much, damn. So we did 4 million with Nanami. Let's see how much we do on his combo ult, and then afterwards we'll see how much we do in total to see what Jogo did. So I couldn't even see, there was too much numbers, fuck. And it doesn't matter, he did a decent amount anyway. And Jogo gets another attack in, love to see it. Another 850k, 1.2 million total there. So Jogo did quite well. Unfortunate, well, actually there you could see his heal come into play. A nice 7 extra k of HP is definitely nice and something we needed. So you love to see it. We go for double skill 2. I think we break next turn. Maybe this turn. Ooh, maybe this turn. Let's see. I don't know though. I'm not sure. I kind of forgot what turn we broke on. Okay, this turn. All right. Cool. So, I don't know if we could get Domain Gojo's ult. I think so. Pretty sure. I guess so. I guess I already calculated it and we're able to get it. But just off the top of my head right now, I don't know. But thankfully, I think we get enough crits. I think we're perfectly situated with the crits to be able to get the Wayne Gojo's ult when there's one turn remaining, which is good. It's what we need. Because without it, it does, once again, like I said, become much more difficult. So yeah. I think we just go for the YOLO, right? Just have to try and get it. And if we do, then we're in business, right? Because you see, he still has a lot of HP remaining, so there's still a lot of ways to go. But because of that Domain Gojo ult, we're in a lot more of a sustainable position than we were without it. And I mean, hey, Jogo did a good like 2 mil there, which is quite good, right? About 2.4 mil is closer to almost 3 mil there. So, you know, in one turn from Jogo, more of an off turn even, it's quite nice, right? He does good consistent damage. And I could only imagine if it's AoE, right? You spam that skill 3 in those forms, in that phase, right? Where it costs 25. It could definitely be good. It's going to take a lot of CE. So I don't know how often you're going to be doing it. But if you can do it, it's definitely going to be nice. And you have his AoE ult, of course. So there is that. And, I mean, it was a nice combo. It's good that we did a combo because we got a bit of extra damage out of it. For sure. So another 800k, not bad. So we did maybe about 1.6 mil there. So, not bad. Yeah, look at that. Like, our damage is quite nice. We got 2 extra crits. I think we're back in the phase, which is interesting. Because this means, once again, we're just getting more damage technically since we're able to do more attacks on average, right? And it would mean quicker ult gauge, but we don't need it right now, so keep that in mind. And Gojo should be gone now, so bye-bye Gojo. Hello, Utah. And from this point forward, I think like one more full rotation, and then we clear easily. So we're able to go, I think, for the ult here. Probably. I mean, it is definitely better to just go for it. And yeah. So, you know, he's at about maybe 40% HP right now. And very quickly it should descend. Good almost 2 mil from Nanami. And then let's see from Jogo. I love when they put in those type of like cubic rocks. They look so good, bro. I just love that in animation, bro. They put that shit, I think it was in the Spirit Dive fight versus Rill in Black Clover. And like, I was eating that shit up. Even recently. What was I reading? Oh, Tokyo Ghoul had it, right. The manga for Tokyo Ghoul had like really well shaded cubes of like rocks that were like just flying around. And I'm like, this is my type of shit. And I just saw that in Jogo's animation and I do think it looks pretty good. So now we see that our HP is getting pretty low, lower than the break gauge, which is a good sign. And I mean, yeah, Nanami casually pumping out 500k there. Love to see it. Bro, if Yuta's skill 3 was like just 100, like 1000% Jujutsu, he would genuinely be insane. It's kind of crazy to think about. Especially because he has like inherent base stat increases with his passive and then also the ult, like making that pretty nice. We're on track to breaking soon, which is definitely nice. Once we break, it's basically GG's at that point. It's kind of crazy that we're like closer to getting Jogo's ult than Nanami's. It's the crits, right? The crits with that rec bit make it so doable to get his ult quick. This rec bit, without that rec bit, I just don't think it would be easy, right? I think it would be pretty difficult to actually get it done. And I think we break right now. So, yeah, Yuta definitely goated as fuck. So, bop, bop, bop. And 2000% ult. So, you know, obviously this is going to do big damage. Yeah, very, very good damage, bro. Holy. And then they go for the combo ult very soon. And then that's when the showcase is pretty much done, right? It's pretty much it. Been a long one, guys, but at least I get to go to sleep happy that the showcase is done. So that's a good sign. Next 2 turns, and then we're going to be able to use our combo ult. So yeah, I'm just going to I'm a bit tired, so y'all just going to watch this. Okay, we're back for probably the final turn, I think. Not too sure if it is, but I think it is. I think it is. So Nanami goes for his ult. We've seen this ult so many times at this point. I have, at least, especially in my failed runs. My god. I'm getting sick of it. What I'm not getting sick of is Jogo's ult. I think it looks really good. And bada bing, bada boom. We're ready to kill next turn, it seems. So yeah. We got a solid minute left in this, though. I guess maybe I fumbled a bit. Yeah, I think I was trying to not to kill with Yuta. That kind of prolonged it a bit. But yeah, we're close. We're close. And I think the flies come back the next turn. Yeah, I just go for the skill 1. Probably should have went for the skill 3. I apologize. But yeah, so we're just going to skip that part. So Nanami did his attack, and now it's Jogo's turn. Next turn we kill. Bop bop, 660k. And then bop bop. Oh no, never mind, not another fly. The flies come back, but keep in mind, all you need to kill is Jogo, right? The flies are not something that need to die. It's just obviously if you want to take less damage, then sure. But yeah, we give the extra damage to Jogo. Could have done a turn 19 clear, but it's fine on turn 20. And there we go. But Jogo kills Jogo. And that's the end of the showcase. So these are the stats. So we did 40, almost 41 million with Jogo. Very good stats, all things considered. Like, I'm very impressed with Jogo. Like, overall, I would definitely say he is a very good unit. Like tier 0.5 easily. I would like to say better than Nobara, but keep in mind my Nobara is max duped, right? So it's like it's hard to like kind of compare because even on tier lists, I don't count standard units. Like, oh, so good. Anyway, I don't count standard units max duped, so keep that in mind. So for me personally, it's like Nobara is very good. But if we count Nobara at a lower dupe, I think Jogo takes it, right? For sure. Especially if we count Jogo dupe 1 versus even Nobara dupe 5, right? I think Jogo dupe 1 beats Nobara dupe 5. So it's very good. Also because like I don't have his shit maxed out. Obviously because, well, guess what? We got fucking like probably like 6 SPs coming in a couple days. So I got to make sure to be able to showcase them. But maxed out Jogo in everything besides the skills is beautiful, from his art to his animations to his kit. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one. Like the video, comment for more.